They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a squad from the MAC, the Bowling Green Falcons, taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Falcons ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Bulldogs offense will get the ball first. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
And the Bulldogs line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Rush is on him. Pass rush. Gets there. Gets home. Gets him down at the 23.
And all defenses talk about it. Sacks, tackles for a loss, affecting the quarterback the best way you can. The first drive of the game, already getting home. Nice start for this defense.
Georgia sends out the punt team, getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. So Bowling Green's offense will take the field for the first time. We've seen freshmen step into the running back position with big expectations many times. David, Herschel, Walker, Adrian Peterson, among others, and they hope that they found a guy like that here.
Well, and he's highly talented. He's got the skill set, obviously, highly recruited. Everybody talked about it. But this is a different animal, Palmer. Like, when you come into this atmosphere and you got a bunch of full-grown men coming at you, I'm very curious to see how he responds. I know he has the physical ability, but is he ready for this?
He looks really good coming off the bus, I'll say that. He is definitely built different, but he's going to have to run different than he did at high school. David, you know this. You can't bounce every run to the...
He lost it high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Falcons will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. The short hands, it's Young. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. He's got him.
And that's a really nice route by the wide receiver, just understanding I got to win right now. I got to get inside of that guy, and I know I'm going to get contact. You run over the middle of the field on a slant, you're going to get hit. Nice job securing the catch, making the play.
Quickly to the tight end. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. The Bulldogs lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Off the play fake. Grabbed over the middle. It's Branch. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. And the Dogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the ground with the back. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. 3rd and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here, just don't take a negative play. Back to pass, it's Stockton. Got him downfield. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be 1st and goal. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Makes the grab on the left. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. The defense out of sorts, and the head coach will use a timeout here. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll try to power it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Georgia! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Iowa is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Kinnick Stadium, but the black and gold have struggled to really pull away. They're up by 7 over Missouri. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to pass, it's Pine. On the move, he fires. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Quickly out to the tight end. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Falcons will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. Give to the running back. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. The Dogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. The give to the back. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Looking downfield on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Good pick up, a little bit short of the sticks. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. And the Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Here comes the heat. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Athens. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Dooley Field inside Sanford Stadium.
The Bulldogs will kick it away to crank up the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Bowling Green has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They start this third quarter, one-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Play action on first down. Here's a heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. They'll run play action. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
The defense continues to have a great game. Both defenses have played well. These offenses are going to have to change something up, protect their quarterbacks a little bit better.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a fourth down. Kick is in the air. Hauls it in, looking for space. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Hand off from the shotgun. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. Didn't get much on first down, it's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw at Stockton. Fires to the big fella. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. And the Dogs are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Caught close to the marker, it's dumped. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Young. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. So the final period starts with a second down play. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On third down, he drops to throw. Caught near the sticks, it's Branch. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. They'll give it to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And this offense has gotten off to a good start on third down, but this is a different deal on third and long. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Forced to just throw it away on third down, and now they face fourth. Georgia lining up to punt it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Bowling Green has it back. The Falcon offense will go to work. Fires one high and deep. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
It's so easy to be up here in the booth and say, you should have put more zip on that. Sometimes you got to use the lob wedge. That time, you probably should have used the driver.
And now this offense will take the field again. They want that clock to run. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Using his legs, it's Frazier.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. Turning it on! That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game. Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. He'll keep it himself. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. On the option, and he didn't get the pitch off, and he paid the price. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Wide out, trying to get it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Cincinnati is on top. They've played awfully well today, and though that's not Desmond Ridder out there, this group is fighting. They're up by 7 over Nevada. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Fires on the move. Working on the right. And he'll run out of bounds, but a much-needed productive play in the passing game. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hogan.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down. He spikes it. Clock stops as they try to rally late. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. To the air. It's Pine. That's reeled in. It's Ridley.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Man, that's crippling because offensively you had to do something with the football, make a play. You fumble the ball, put it on the turf. Defense recovers. With this deficit, ball game over.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. You work all offseason for that, the chance to take a knee and punctuate an opening victory to this season. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute, get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now, to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
That's going to do it from here.